Well, good evening, everybody. We thank everybody for coming on such a nice night. My name is Jim Miller. We're going to come live to you from the corner of Winton and Farragut in Greenhills, Ohio. We'll be here from 7 to 9 p.m. Tonight is probably going to be, weather-wise, the best night of the week, so you're here on a great night. Tonight's concert is sponsored by the Kiwanis Club, and you'll hear more about them later. And this is our first concert of our 22nd year, okay? 22 years we've been doing this. If you're keeping count, which is probably only me, but this is our 232nd concert, okay? 232 concerts. Tonight's concert is brought to you by the Greenhills CIC, and State Farm is over there. They have some gifts to give you, and go over and say hi to Mr. Kent Smith. Tonight we have Robin, Lacy and Dezydeco. I've known them for probably, 20 years, and believe me, they are the best of the best, okay? So you're going to have a great evening. This year they're celebrating their 30-year anniversary of being a group, okay? And in Cincinnati, to be together for 30 years is an accomplishment. And to be very honest with you, they're probably exhausted, okay? But they tell me they've been resting for 2 or 3 days, and tonight you're going to see a great show. So here they are, Robin, Lacy and Dezydeco.
Thank you, Jim Miller. All right. Beautiful night. We hope you all have a good time. Start off with some music from Johnny Cash. Well, I taught that weeping willow how to cry. Showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. And the tears I cried for that woman are gonna flood you, big river. And I'm gonna sit right here till I die. Well, I've met her accidentally down in St. Paul, Minnesota. And it tore me up every time I heard her draw that southern drawl. Well, I heard my dream, went back downstream to Fort Davenport, and I followed you, big river, when you called. Well, you took me to St. Louis, later on down the river. Well, the freighter said she's been here, but she's gone, boy, she's gone. Well, I found her trail in Memphis, but she just walked up the block. She raised a few eyebrows and went on down low. Now won't you batten down on Baton Rouge River Queen, roll it on. Oh, and take that woman down to New Orleans, New Orleans. Go on, I've had enough. Dump my blues out in the Gulf. 'Cause she loves you, big river, more than me. Yep. Weeping willow, how to cry, cry, cry. And I showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. And the tears I cried for that woman are gonna flood you, big river. And I'm gonna sit right here until I die. Oh, and I'm gonna sit right here until I die. And I'm gonna sit right here until I die. Left the job It's a house in New Orleans that call the rising sun. And it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. God, I know I'm one. God, I know I'm one. Thank you so much. How many of y'all been down to New Orleans? Yeah, a lot of y'all been down there. Maybe you've been on the cemetery tour. Yeah, okay, a lot of that too. Maybe you stumbled by the tomb or the vault of the infamous Marie Laveau, the voodoo queen of New Orleans. True story, I'm going to tell you again, yes. All right, it goes like this. All right, listen up. True story. Down in Louisiana where the black trees grow, this voodoo lady named Marie Laveau. She got a bent, bony body and stringy hair. If she ever sees y'all just messing around there, she knows another man done gone. Now she lives in the swamp in a hollow log. She got a one-eyed snake and a three-legged dog. She got a black cat too and a mojo bone. And if y'all don't just leave her alone, she knows another man done gone. Now listen up. And going then one night when the moon was black, into the swamp, come on, handsome Jack. No good man like we all know. Well, he was looking around for Marie Laveau. He said, Marie Laveau, you lovely little witch. Give me a charm that's gonna make me rich. Give me $1 million and I'll tell you what I'll do. This very night I'm gonna marry you. And that'll be another man done gone. All right. I saw Marie done some magic and she shook a little sand. She made $1 million and she put it in his head. She wiggled and she giggled and she said, hey, hey, I'm getting ready for my wedding day. But oh, some Jack, he said goodbye, Marie. You're just too darn ugly for a rich man like me. Marie started shaking, her mind started flashing, her body started twitching, and her teeth started gnashing. She went, another man done gone. Oh, talk to me, So if you ever get down to where the black trees grow and meet that voodoo lady named Marie Laveau, and if she ever asks you to make her your wife, oh, you better stick with her for the rest of your life, or it'll be another man done gone. Another man done gone. Another man done gone. Another man done gone. That's right. Oh, true story, baby. I would not lie to you. If you ever get down to where the black trees grow and you meet that voodoo lady named Marie Laveau, you don't want to mess with that. That's right. Cha cha cha. Yay, Marie Laveau. Thank you. Got my mojo working, it just don't want to work on you. Johnny, I'll tell you all about it. Little music from Tony Joe White, song kind of funky. Swamp. Polk salad in. Been down south too much. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it so you know what I'm talking about. Down there they got a plant that grows out in the woods and the fields. Look at it like tuna. Everybody calls it polk salad. Polk salad. down there. She got every evening pick her up a mess of it and carry it home and cook it up for supper. It's about all they had to eat, but they did all right. Down in Louisiana, where the alligators grow so mean, there lived a girl that I swear to the world could make the alligators look tame. Pork salad Annie, pork salad Annie. Now everybody said it was a shame because your mama was working on a chain gang. A mean little woman. Now every day before summertime, they go down around the truck patch and pick up a mess of pork salad and carry it home in a pork salad Annie. Indeed, it got your granny. Now everybody said it was a shame because your mama was working on a chain gang. A mean little thing. Hey! Really a little pork salad. The hell Daddy was lazy and low-key. Look out! Claims he had a bad back. And all her brothers was good for. Was picking watermelons out on my truck patch and pork salad Annie. Indeed, it got your granny. Now everybody said it was a shame because your mama was working on a chain gang. Thank you so much. Joe Pullen on the saxophone. Play a little Zydeco music for y'all. Bring out the accordion. C'est bon temps moulé. Oh, 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 I love my Zydeco. 7 and 7 on the offshore rig, trying to get back to my Zydeco. The only thing that I wanna do, I wanna go to the Zydeco. Hey, 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 c'est bon temps moulé. Oh, 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 I love my Zydeco. You are the only one. Zydeco, baby, gonna have some fun. Hey, 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 let's say bon temps moulé. Oh, 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 I love my Zydeco. I got my Zydeco shoes, gonna go rounds for the Zydeco blues. When I get to heaven, first thing I'm gonna do, show them angels how to Zydeco too. Yeah, hey, 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 let's say bon temps moulé. Oh, 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 I love my Zydeco. you so much. This is from our very first CD. It's a song called Monkey See, Monkey Do. Goes just like this. A monkey see, monkey do. Monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see me cry. A monkey see me blue. Monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see me sad. A monkey see it's so untrue. A monkey love the way you walk. A monkey love the way you talk. A monkey anything I'll do. Just a monkey around with you. A monkey know I love you so. So monkey why you tell me no? A monkey can't you see? You're the only one for me. Monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see me cry. A monkey see me blue. Monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see me sad. A monkey see you so untrue. A monkey think you are so sweet. So monkey knock me off my feet. A monkey anything I'll do. Just to monkey around with you. Monkey know I love you so. So monkey why you tell me no? A monkey can't you see? You make a monkey out of me. A monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see me cry. A monkey see me blue. A monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see, monkey do. A monkey see me sad. A monkey see is so untrue. Monkey see me sad. A monkey see is so untrue. Hey, let's go. Johnny's gonna do this for you. Joe's gonna add a little bit of clarinet to the mix. You gotta give it up or let me go. Music from Bonnie Raitt.
such a long time ago. If I found you with nothing, well, I'd walk right out that door. You might call me crazy, but one thing you should know. Yeah, if you want me, the love you got to. Well, give me the dancing behind my back is the pain. Just can't hide. Oh, baby, I'll be true to you. Yeah, I can make that work. But honey, you can do it too. I know you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Drunk and nasty, you won't tell me where you've been. Everything was nice and sweet. Got home, that got again. Why do you want to mess up a good thing? Yeah, I'm gonna find me another man. One who wants to give me everything. You know, I'm just about to go with it. Ooh. Give me a little, let me go, baby. That's right, 'cause you can shake it up. Woo, but you ain't supposed to break it up. Oh, that's a no-no, don't you know? Yes, indeed. Now bring it on home now, Mr. Clarinet Man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're staying at them. We're staying. How many have you been to New Orleans? Well, did you have a good time? Did you let the good times roll? We'll take a trip right now, right? Go with us to Decatur Street, right in the heart of the French Quarter. Strolling with my baby on Decatur Street. I see the movement rising, my heart skips a beat. I hear the music playing, sounding so sweet. Strolling with my baby on Decatur Street. I look into your eyes and I'm in a trance. I'm mesmerized by your slightest glance. You hold me tight and I can feel the heat wrapped inside your arms on Decatur Street. Until you came along, I was all alone. Now in your embrace, the night feels like home. You're my king and I'll be your queen. We could praying together here in New Orleans. Well, there was a time not so long ago. You were just a dream that I longed for so. Now we're holding hands and we'll keep in time to the rhythms of decay to need that magic moonshine. Well, there was a time not so long ago. You were just a dream that I longed for so. Now we're holding hands and we'll keep in time to the rhythms of decay to need that magic moonshine. Something in your smile that I can't explain. Something in your voice when you speak my name. Sounds like a familiar lover's melody, playing as we stroll in perfect harmony. I hear the ragtime calling as we pass by. I feel the syncopation and I know why. My lips start to sing in that familiar tune. My hips start to swing and underneath that moon. Strolling with my baby, now we're tapping our feet, swinging to the rhythms of the Dixieland beat. Someday, somehow, I knew that we'd meet. Now I'm strolling with my baby. That Decatur's to
All right. Yep. Yep. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Down to New Orleans, you know I love you so. Baby, please don't go. I told you left down low. I told you left down low. I told you left down low. My heart beating so. You know I love you, baby, please don't go. You got me way down here. You got me way down here. You got me way down here. You did shed a tear. You know I love you so. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. Baby, please don't go. No, baby, please don't go. Down to New Orleans, you know I love you so. Baby, please don't go. saxophone, and on the clarinet, Mr. Joe Poland one time. Joe Poland on the saxophone. Next up on the electric guitar and on the vocals, Ricky Layton. On the bass guitar and on the vocals, Chris Buchter one time. On the drums and on the vocals, Craig Coleman. Craig Coleman on the drums. Your right, Joni Lacy on the rub board. The Cajuns call it the patois. On the rub board and on the vocals, Joni Lacy. Lacy, and all together we call it Dezydeco, and we call it Louisiana-style rock and roll. Zydeco. Before Mr. Miller comes up here and starts talking to y'all, I want to let you know we got some CDs. Joni has written a children's book called Jack and Remy's Bayou Band, all illustrated by Debbie Carn. And Sorry's Run and Hollister House. We got some copies of those up here. You can also get them online. We're having a 30th anniversary at the Southgate House on June the 9th, Sunday afternoon from 2 o'clock until 6 o'clock. You can bring the family. There will be a bar, but you can bring the family and grandma and the kids and gather around. We're going to have a real good time. A lot of the old players are coming back from the very original band. Should be a hoot. A hootenanny. All right, take a short pause. Thank y'all.
Robert Lacy and Dezydeco. Let's hear it for them. Now, you know why they've been a band around here for 30 years. They're great, okay? Not too many bands can say that, by the way. 30 years. Okay, well, before I start all my intermission business, and I got a lot of business to do at intermission, by the way, but I'm going to tell you something about this year's lineup. I think after 22 years, I think I finally got it right this year, okay? We're going to have some great bands. Wednesday, we have scheduled probably the best swing band in the Midwest, Mickey James and the Queen City Crew, but I'll tell you more about that later because that concert might be iffy due to the weather. If we do cancel a concert, we have them on Monday nights, this is a canceled concert, so we have it on Monday nights, so just keep that in mind. I want to bring your attention to 2 or 3 restaurants in Green Hills over there. We have a new one to my right over there, the last building on the right there. It's called Davino's, and it's a sports bar. It's a great sports bar. They're very nice people. Go in there and meet them, and they'll be very happy to see you. Also, if you have to use the restroom, why, they'll be happy to accommodate you over there using their restroom. So give them a try. We also have Foster's around the corner. They're open every day but Monday and for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So they're a great place to go, so give them a try. The Creamy Whip over there, I don't think they're cooking out tonight, but give them a try. They're a great place, and most concerts, they do cook out. Now, in a little bit, you're going to meet some very nice people who kind of make this village run like a well-oiled machine, and a sponsor, and actually 2 sponsors, okay? But before we do that, I'm going to give some stuff away. I'm going to give away a gift certificate for the Creamy Whip and a gift certificate for Chick-fil-A. So the only rule is you can't yell out the answer. You have to come up and tell me, and since we have a New Orleans band, these are going to be New Orleans questions, okay? So here's the first question. And this is for a gift certificate to Creamy Whip. What famous musician is the New Orleans airport named after? Now remember, you can't yell it out. You got to come up and tell me. What famous musician is the New Orleans airport named after? Here comes. Well, you don't have to run, but okay. Louis Armstrong is correct. Okay, the next New Orleans question. The oldest operating streetcar in the world operates in New Orleans. What's the name of the streetcar line that operates in New Orleans? Remember, you can't yell it out. You have to come up and tell me. You can't yell it out. You have to come up and tell me. It's a very famous streetcar line. Very famous. Somebody know the answer? Okay, what's your guess? No. It's not Canal Street, but the streetcar actually runs on Canal Street, but that's not the name of the streetcar line. It's a very famous streetcar line. Here comes a big guy. I hope he gets it right, otherwise he's going to hit me or something. But I'm sorry? No, sorry. Okay, if nobody knows the answer, I'm going to ask you another New Orleans question. The answer, by the way, was St. Charles, okay, was the answer. But here's another New Orleans question. What automaker purchased the naming rights to the Superdome in New Orleans? They purchased this in 2011. I'll give you, I'm sorry? Mercedes-Benz is correct. So come up. So now you're not going to hit me, are you? So you won there. You won a gift certificate to Chick-fil-A. You're welcome. Okay, before we start, I just want to reiterate what Robin said. Joni Lacy is, not, other than being a great musician, a very nice person, also writes children's books, and she writes novels, okay? So I've got 2 children. Well, I got 1 children's book. I'm not even going to ask you a question. If you have a young child, Joni, what's the age? Okay, if you have a child in the 3rd or 4th grade, I want you to come up here, and you're going to get a free book from Joni, and she signed it for you. And all of her books are available online. Oh, my Lord. Good. Scared me. Yeah. Now, also, she also writes novels, okay? So, Joni? Joni, give me a hint about the novel, okay? Okay. It's set in Greenhills County, Kentucky. It's a mystery. The first person that comes up here and doesn't run over me gets this book, okay? It's a very good book. Here comes a person right here. And she has signed it for you. As far as the children's book, she would, for a little extra money, probably come over and read it to your child, okay? I don't think she'll do that, but anyway. Okay, you have a novel. Okay, now it's my pleasure to introduce you now to some very nice people. The first gentleman I'd like to introduce you to is Jim Hadley. Jim Hadley is the president of the Kiwanis Club. Kiwanis has been our sponsor since, we've been doing this for 22 years, and they've been our sponsor for probably 22 years. And we couldn't do these concerts without sponsors. So we thank you very much, and he's going to come up and say a few words and tell you a little bit about the Kiwanis Club. So, Jim, come on up. And thank you very much for your sponsorship, and you're more than welcome. Have at it.
Hey, everybody. We come here to have a good time, and we're sure doing it so far, aren't we? Robin, Lacy, and Dezydeco. They're kind of regulars here, as I suppose most of you know. But it seems like every time they appear here, they're better than they were before. But since while the band's on break, let me tell you a little bit about Kiwanis and our local organization, the Greenhills Forest Park Kiwanis Club. Now, I haven't been the president of the organization for very long, so this is the first time I've done anything like this. Pardon me while I consult my notes. You know, one of my members over there asked me what I was going to talk about. Oh, about 5 minutes, I said. Now, ours is one of many, I'm talking about in the thousands around the world, who have been striving to follow our motto, which is serving the children of the world. Our mission statement is making the world a better place, one child, one village at a time. Now, the local club here contributes to many service organizations around Cincinnati. We help support missions such as Soul Ministries over there in Springdale, the Free Store Food Bank, Neediest Kids of All, and that's just to name a few. We also present academic scholarships to deserving students in our local high schools, or even if you're homeschooled, you're eligible for to apply for a scholarship. We sponsor a safety fair that just happened this weekend, but many of you were there. And those who were there saw and did all this, and if you were not, we had many safety demonstrations given by mostly the Forest Park Fire Department. We gave away bicycle helmets and even 6 bicycles to deserving kids. Well, I could go on and on about the things we do, but I won't. I can hear the sighs of relief from here. Now, in order to do all these things, we have to raise a little money. And one important money-making project is going on right now, and you can help us out right here on the Common. We are raffling off a pair of season passes to 2019 Ohio State University's home games. That's a how many $100 value for $5 a ticket. Each raffle ticket, hang on. Of course, I've got some right here. Happy to walk among you and give you all a chance to win these Buckeye tickets. Now, we're also this year, for the first time, we're going to have a second raffle, and that will be for one Ohio State home game non-conference. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm told that among the Ohio State's non-conference opponents are UC and Miami. So feel free to take a chance on one of those. What more have I got here? Bear with me. So there are 3 of us around, I believe, and we'll be walking around among you. And we certainly will encourage you to buy a raffle ticket or 2 or 5, and we'll be free to answer any questions that you might have. I hope I've spurred a little interest in Kiwanis in these few minutes. So, like I said, have your questions ready. Thank you very much. And now we're on to the other presentations. Ready, Jim?
All right, Jim, thank you very much, and thanks to the Kiwanis Club again for sponsoring many, many concerts through the years, probably 22 of them, as a matter of fact. The next sponsor I want to talk about briefly is the Lois Alzheimer's Center over on Damon Road. They do some really great things. That's all right. Okay, they do some very great things, and generally they have an annual fundraiser. They have a dinner and they have a fundraiser, but they're doing something a little different this year, and it's very exciting. Over on the State Farm table over there, you'll find some of these brochures. They're going to raffle off, or I shouldn't say raffle, it's going to be a drawing, Wednesday, July 31st at a concert, a 3-day vacation in Las Vegas at a very, very fabulous hotel, okay, right on the Strip in Las Vegas. You can buy the tickets for $50 each or 3 for $100, and believe me, it's a vacation that you'll never forget. So right on the Strip in Las Vegas, and $50. They have the tickets over there at the State Farm booth, and I think next week, if the Alzheimer's ladies might be over here and explain it to you. It's also a tax-deductible contribution, too, so your $50 or your $100 is tax-deductible. So think about it, give them a chance, and believe me, it is a great vacation. Now, I'd like to introduce you to, and I'd like to call up our mayor, Mr. Dave Moore, right up here right now. And he is going to introduce the members of the Village Council.
Thanks, Jim. And I would like to, hold on, Jim. Here. Thank Jim again for 22 years of doing this. He puts in a lot of his personal time and business time, fundraising to help pay for these concerts, along with the CIC fundraising. And last Wednesday, we planned to have all the village officials here to say hi to everybody, but we were rained out, so we have most of them here. Our village manager, Yvonne Kovacs, had a graduation thing for her daughter tonight, so she couldn't be here. But the village is organized. It's considered a mayor-council form of government, manager-council-mayor form of government, where council hires a city manager or village manager to run the operations of the town, and that's what Yvonne does. So if you have any hard questions about what's going on in the village of Greenhills, give her a call. We have 6 members of council, and if they would come up here, I'll introduce 4 of the 6. One of them's out of town on business, and another one teaches classes on Monday night, so he couldn't be here. That's Jeff Halder, and Jeff is chairman of the Community Development Committee. Each council member's chair of a particular committee. And Natasha Metz, who's on business, is chairman of the Service and Streets Committee. We have Maria Walther Willard, who's chairman of the Recreation Committee. We have Melanie Hermes, who's chair of the Safety Committee. We have Glenn Dries, who's chair of the Finance Committee, and Jack Lee over here, who's chair of the Laws and Rules Committee. And so you see these people around, and you know, if you live here in Green Hills, you probably have run into them and have talked to them before. I don't know, any of you have anything you want to say? No. Okay, all right. So enjoy the rest of the show, and won't take up any more of your time. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Okay, those people are all my bosses, so be nice to them if you get to meet them. Okay. A little while ago, before the concert started, well, about halfway through the first part, a lady asked me. She said she was enjoying herself, but how does she find out about the other concerts? Because this was her first time here. So I'm going to tell you how to find out about them. Okay, it's not that hard. There's 3 ways. We're on Facebook, Greenhills Concerts on the Commons. We also have a schedule over there at the State Farm booth with all of our concert schedules on there. They are subject to change, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Also, my phone number is on those schedules, so if you have a question, any question about the concerts, you can call me and I'll help you out. But the very best way to do it, okay, and again, it's over there at the State Farm booth, we do a robocall every concert day, okay? So we do a robocall and remind you of the concert. They go out around 4 o'clock. And if we have to cancel a concert, they also call you with the robocall. You don't have to give your name. All you have to do is go over there at the State Farm booth, tell them what your phone number is, and you will start getting the robocall. So that's the absolute best way to do it. Now, while I have a little time, I want to tell you about when I do have to cancel a concert and what goes into canceling a concert. For example, we have a concert Wednesday, but there's about a 70% chance of rain. So probably I'm going to have to cancel that concert, but I don't do it until the day of the concert, and then I look at the weather. But here's what I have to have. Occasionally, now I will tell you, last year I was 100% right every time. This year, I don't know, we'll see. But I have to cancel them about 3 o'clock in the afternoon because all these people show up. The sound guy, Tony over there with the cable, he shows up, and they have to have 3 hours of no rain, okay? Because I can't ask them to be setting up and working with electrical stuff and, if it's raining. So basically, I have to have a dry period from like 4 in the afternoon to 9 o'clock at night. So if you ever come and I have a concert scheduled and you come at 7 and it's not raining, that's the reason why, because it was raining too hard to schedule the concert. But I guarantee you we'll get all the concerts in, and I'll reschedule the one Wednesday. Monday is always our concert, when I cancel a concert, it's always on Monday, okay? So the other thing, if we have a concert, okay, and as nice as the band is back there, as nice as every band is, if they show up, okay, and they're here, they don't even have to play a note, but if they're here and it starts raining, then I have to pay them, okay? It's just a kind of an unwritten rule. So if I schedule one and I make a mistake and it rains, we lose the money and we also lose the concert because all the bands are very agreeable to rescheduling. But once they get here, then I have to pay them, even if the concert hasn't even started yet, because they have probably turned down other bookings to appear here, so it's my obligation to pay them. Yeah, I'm done, and Dave Moore has one more thing.
I forgot to mention that this Wednesday, if it isn't rained out, or even if it is rained out, Wednesday, the first Wednesday in June is Jim Miller Day. So I passed that proclamation, I think, 3 years ago or something like that. So we wanted to thank Jim with his own special day in Green Hills. So let's hope it doesn't rain.
I will tell you briefly about my day. I never know quite what to do in my day, so I just kind of do what I do every day. But they bring me, the first year, they brought me to the concert in a golf cart, okay? This year, they're planning on bringing me to the concert in a fire truck. And I understand next year they're going to shoot me out of a cannon. And hopefully I land somewhere in the concert area here. So I don't know if I'm going to go for that or not, but we'll see if we have my day. And it's very nice that they have a day for me. And like I say, I never know what to do. So if you want to call me on my day, this wish me a happy day, well, that'll be fine. Okay. So we're going to get back to Rob and Lacy here. And here we go.
All right, well, Craig's getting situated there. We want to thank you all for being here. We're glad that you could make it on the rescheduled Monday night. Great night. Comfortable. Good. All right, falling in. Written by Jimmy Driftwood, made a hit by Johnny Horton. The Battle of New Orleans, we put a little spice on it. It goes like this. Thank you. We took a little trip along where Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. We took a little bacon and we took a little beans, and we fought the blood the British at the town of New Orleans. Fired out the guns and the British kept on coming, and there wasn't quite as many as there was a while ago. Fire once more and they began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Go! Take them by surprise. We didn't fire a musket until we looked them in the eye. Held our fire until we seen the faces well. Then we opened up a squirrel and really gave up their own. Fired our guns and the British kept on coming, and there wasn't quite as many as there was a while ago. Fire once more and they began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. They ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where the rabbits couldn't go. Ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Shut the cannon, the gator lost his mind. Fire our guns and the British kept coming, and there wasn't as many as there was a while ago. Fire once more and they began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. They ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where the rabbits couldn't go. Ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Began to run down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. They ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where the rabbits couldn't go. Ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. They ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where the rabbits couldn't go. Ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Down the Mississippi. little boogie woogie next up. Rockin' Zydeco. Hey, babe, you better come here quick. I'm needing like a lickety split. Little place out back I know where they dance to that rockin' Zydeco. Gotta go all night long. Gotta go to that rockin' Zydeco. Mama said about 1:15. Papa's packing up that fishing line. Fire up the Chevy, he'll be ready to go. Gotta dance to that rockin' Zydeco. Gotta go all night long. Gotta go to that rockin' Zydeco. Won't be long till quitting time. I put a crawfish in a bottle of wine. My Cajun queen and I'm her king. Honey, that fix everything. Brother, get ready to go. Bring your sister, cause you know she knows how to shake and shimmy to the dance hall close. Gotta dance to that rockin' Zydeco. Gotta go all night long. Gotta go to that rockin' Zydeco. Gotta go to that rockin' Zydeco. Gotta go to that rockin' Zydeco. Well, the night was clear and the moon was yellow, and the leaves came tumbling down. Standing on the corner when I heard that bulldog bark. He was barking at two men who were dead in the dark. It was Staggerly and Billy, two men who gambled late. Staggerly rode 7, Billy swore that he rode 8. Staggerly told Billy, no, I can't let you go with that. You don't want all my money and my brand new Stetson hat. So Staggerly went home and he got his 44. He says, I'm going to that bar and gonna pay that debt I owe. Go, Staggerly, go! To the barroom and he stood across that barroom door. He said, now nobody move, and he pulled his 44. wife. Stagger Lee shot Billy. Now he shot that poor boy so bad that the bullet went through Billy and it broke his bar. Tender's glass. Joni gonna do one for you, some music from Marcia Ball. It's a song called Blue House.
Oh, I live all alone in a little blue house by the side of the road. Look in the window, you can see me crying in that little blue house of mine. Nobody ever visits me. It's like the blues is a fatal disease. Live alone just to try and try that little blue house of mine. We used to have so much fun sitting outside in the sun. Then my man, he started mistreating me, so I painted my little house blue. Oh, I live all by myself. Oh, I'm so sad since my man left. The roof is leaking and it's falling down. That little blue house in town. To have so much fun sitting outside in the sun. Then my man, he started mistreating me, so I painted my little house blue. Oh, I live all by myself. Oh, I'm so sad since my man left. The roof is leaking and it's falling down. That little blue house in town. Oh, I live all alone in a little blue house by the side of the road. Look in the window, you can see me crying. That little blue house of mine. Oh, in that little blue house of mine. In a little blue house of mine.
Music from the Meters. Fire on the bayou. Fire on the bayou. Down in New Orleans, his look is thin. Well, he couldn't deal, y'all, without a fifth of gin. Now one new morning, and a bottle of wine, he hit that dude just a teacher for $1 and a dime. That's right. The fire on the bayou. Fire on the bayou. Fire on cool wine running down your throat. Ain't nobody gonna tell y'all that you don't feel fine. That's right. The fire on the vinyl. Fire on the vinyl. Fire on the vinyl. Fire on the vinyl. You got a dime? Well, let's get together, y'all. We're gonna have a good time. One brought a pill, and one brought a joint. And when you get down now, you know you're doing it right. That's right. Fire on the vine. Fire on the vine. Fire on the vine. Fire on the vine. When I was just a little boy, I'm standing to my daddy's knee. The papa said, son, don't let your man get you. Do what he done to me. He'll forget you. Forget you now, now. I can remember the 4th of July. Just running through the backwoods there. And I can still hear my old hound dog barking, chasing down the hoodoo there. Chasing down the hoodoo there. Born on a bayou. Born No, Susie Q, baby, I love you. Susie Q, I love the way you walk. I love the way you talk. I love the way you walk. I love the way you talk. Susie Q, and say that you'll be mine. And say that you'll be mine. And say that you'll be mine, baby, all the time. Susie Q, and say that you'll be true. I say that you'll be true. And say that you'll be true and never leave me blue. Susie Q. No, Susie Q. No, Susie Q. No, Susie Q. Baby, I love you. Susie Q. I can remember the 4th of July, just running through the backwoods there. And I can still hear my old house dog barking, chasing down the hoodoo there. Chasing down the hoodoo there. Born on a bayou. Born on a bayou. Hey, hey. Born on a bayou. By the way, this is the Bayou set. We had Fire on the Bayou, we have Born on the Bayou, and now we have Jambalaya on the Bayou by Mr. Hank Williams Sr. Goodbye, Joe, we gotta go, me ho, my ho. We gotta go, oh, the people down the bayou. My home, sweetest home, me ho, my ho. The son of a gun, we gonna have a big fun on the bayou. Tip it up, the phone, no place to buzzing. King folk come to see you phone by the dozen. Well, let us in style go hard wild, me ho, my ho. The son of a gun, we gonna have a big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, oh, fish pie, and filet gumbo. For tonight I'm going to see my shares of me ho. Big guitar, big jar, and big ghetto. The son of a gun, we gonna have a big fun on the bayou. Settle down, far from town, get me a hero. When I catch hold of fish in the bayou, so I'm my mom back home, what she need, oh. of a gun, we gonna have a big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya and crawfish pie and a filet gumbo. For tonight I'm gonna see Mama shares with me. Oh, pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and potato. Son of a gun, we gonna have a big fun on the bayou. Let's go, let's go. Get me a hero, and I catch all the fish in the bayou. So what my mom right on, what you need, oh. Son of a gun, we gonna have a big fun on the bayou. And jambalaya and crawfish pie and a filet gumbo. And for tonight I'm gonna see Mama shares with me. Oh, pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and potato. Son of a gun, we gonna have a big fun on the bayou. Son of a gun, we gonna have a big fun on the bayou. Son of a gun, we gonna have a big fun on the bayou. Take a little trip down to New Orleans to the birthplace of American music. A place called Congo Square. A song written by Sonny Lander. Superstition, but some kind of something is going on down there. Well, it might be superstition, but some kind of something is going on down there. Well, it's an old-time tradition when they play them songs at night in Congo Square. You can hear them in the distance when them old folks up the bayou say a prayer. You can hear them in the distance when them old folks up the bayou say a prayer. That's when them voodoo people gather and they play them drums at night in Congo Square. That's it. Go. But what I seen that night, I could not turn away. Well, my eyes will not believe it. But what I seen that night, I could not turn away. They had that mojo in motion when I seen them dancing trance with that snake. Craig Comer on the drums. is going on down there. Well, it's an old-time tradition when they play them drums at night in Congo Square. Well, it's an old-time tradition when they play them drums at night in Congo Square. Well, it's an old-time tradition when they play them drums at night in Congo Square. Mellow it out just a little bit. Do some of the blues for y'all. Joni's going to tell you about it. Ain't nobody's business if I do.
If I should decide I'd like to go to church on a Sunday, then I turn around, you know I want to play hell on Monday. It ain't nobody's business. It ain't nobody's business. If I do, yes. If I should go and just take a notion, oh, you know I just need to, just got to jump into that ocean. Ain't nobody's business. It just ain't nobody's business if that's what I want to do. If my man come up to me and he say, you know, I ain't got no money, and I turn around, I look up at him and I say, well, baby, go ahead and take all my money, honey. It ain't nobody's business. It just ain't nobody's business if that's what I want to do. Okay. just need to, just want to jump into that ocean. It ain't nobody's business. It just ain't nobody's business if that's what I want to do. Oh, yeah. Well, sometimes my man and I, you know, yeah, we start to fuss and fight. God willing, you know, every little thing is gonna be alright. 'Cause it ain't nobody's business. Ain't nobody's business. What we do, how we do. Ain't nobody's
Only doing it for you. Ain't nobody's business if I do. Oh, Chuck Berry time, Louisiana style rock and roll. All the way down to Louisiana, close to New Orleans. Way back up in the woods and muggy evergreens. Well, there stood a little cabin made of earth and wood. There lived a little boy named Johnny B. Good. He never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play that guitar just like a ringing bell. Go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good. He used to carry his guitar in a gunny sack, sit beneath the trees by the railroad tracks. Well, the engineers would see him sitting in the shade, strumming to the rhythms that the drivers made. Now people passing by, they would stop and say, "Oh my, that little country boy can play." Go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go. Oh, Johnny be good. That's good. He's all right. Hey, that's right. Don't say it. And now his mama told him someday you will be a man. You will be the leader of a big old band. Now when many people coming from miles around to hear you play that guitar when the sun goes down. Now maybe someday your name will be in lights. Hey, Johnny, be good tonight. I said go, go, Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, 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 Johnny, go, go. Johnny be good. Well, I saw my baby walking with another man today. Well, I saw my baby walking with another man today. When I asked her what's the matter, this is what I heard her say. See you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
After a while, crocodile.
See you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
After a while, crocodile.
Can't you see it in my way now? Can't you see it cripple my style? When I thought of what you told me, man, it really hurt my head. When I thought of what you told me, and it really hurt my head. Well, the next time that I saw her, this is what I heard her say. I'll see you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
After a while, crocodile.
I'll see you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
After a while, crocodile.
Can't you see you in my way now? Can't you see you cripple my style? Oh, a little trail in the music. Thank you all for hanging with us on a Monday night. Look out for next Wednesday. Hopefully, the skies will clear because it's Jim Miller Day. I mean, come on, Jim. Now in a minute, pretty baby, you know I'm in it just for play. Now in a minute, pretty daddy, you know I'm in it just for play. Don't you know you really love me? Tell me that you let me stay. Now in a minute, pretty baby, I know you meant it just for play. Now in a minute, pretty baby, though you meant it just for free. Though you know you really hurt me, this is what I got to say. I'll see you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
After a while, crocodile.
I'll see you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
After a while, crocodile.
Can't you see it in my way now? Can't you see it cripple my style? I'll see you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile. I'll see you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
After a while, crocodile.
Can't you see you in my way now? Can't you see you crimp my style? Thank you all so very much for hanging with us. We hope you had a great time. We do. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, I just talked him into doing one more for us, okay? Okay, how do we do tonight? Thank you. Okay, well, thanks to the Kiwanis Club for sponsoring, Waycross Community Media, as always, for televising it. Weather permitting, day after tomorrow, okay, we will have Mickey James and the Queen City Crew. Weather doesn't look good, but if you signed up for the robocall, you'll know all about it, if I have to cancel and when I have to reschedule it. And a big thank you to Robin, Lacy and Dezydeco, who will play us out, and thank you very much for coming.
Orleans. Now down the Mississippi, down to New Orleans. They got that honeysuckle bloom on the honeysuckle vine. On the low, down, baby, all the time. Every Southern belle is a Mississippi queen. Down the Mississippi, down in New Orleans. I said, hey, 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 yeah. I said, hey, 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 yeah. I said, hey, 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 yeah. I said, hey, 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 yeah. Well, come on, take a stroll down a Basin Street. Now listen to the music with the Dixieland beat. What a magnolia blows to the air. If you ain't been to heaven, then you ain't been there. Latin gonna make a Mississippi queen. Down in Mississippi, down in New Orleans. All right. Let's set up on tone roulette and some buckets. That's what I said. I said, hey, 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 yeah. I said, hey, 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 yeah. I said, hey, 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 yeah. I said, hey, 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 yeah. Come on, everybody, take a trip with me. Now down the Mississippi, down to New Orleans. Yeah, they got the on the bicycle ride. Run down low, doing down, baby, all the time. Every Southern belle is a Mississippi queen. Every Southern belle is a Mississippi queen. Every Southern belle is a Mississippi queen. Down the Mississippi, down in New Orleans. Yeah. Thank you and good night. Love you. Thank you.